Melania Trump woke up early this morning while many Americans were still sleeping and boarded an urgent flight out of Washington, D.C. She was alone when she embarked on her first solo trip as First Lady with a specific mission in mind that's her most important yet, and that only she can do. With her full plate in Washington, D.C., both in her official role and her personal one of being a hands-on mom, she didn't hesitate to drop everything after hearing what happened. What makes this sudden excursion especially monumental isn't just that she's going alone for the first time. It also proves something truly special about her that Americans haven't seen yet, but have waited 8 long years for a First Lady like this incredible woman. Her departure on this particular trip could have come at a better time. The world is in volatile times right now with the Islamic State on the rise, more frequent terrorist attacks, and North Korea threatening to use a nuclear weapon on America. Our military is the backbone to our freedom and needs to be top-notch in defending all that we hold dear, not used as a social experiment where people experimenting with a new gender can go to make a political point. Now, in the midst of this and impending war on the horizon after North Korea continued weapons testing, Melania is heading to Toronto, Canada to meet with Britain's very endearing Prince Harry. He's in Canada to carry out a very incredible purpose that was important for Melania to be a part of after learning about who else will be there. Houston Chronicle reports. Melania Trump is set to take her biggest step yet as First Lady. She's leading the U.S. delegation to an international sporting event for wounded service members, her first solo trip outside the United States to represent her adopted country. On the agenda for a day-long stop Saturday in Toronto, a first-time meeting with Britain's Prince Harry, founder of the Invictus Games, a meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, remarks at a reception for the nearly 100 American athletes participating in the week-long Olympic-style competition, and attending the opening ceremony. Her decision to lead the American delegation, whose members include Veterans Affairs Secretary David Shulkin, professional golfer Nancy Lopez and entertainer Wayne Newton, reflects the First Lady's utmost respect for the hard work, courage and sacrifice of the U.S. military, said Stephanie Grisham, a spokeswoman for Mrs. Trump. She feels strongly that they, and their families, should be honored every day, Grisham said. Grisham said Mrs. Trump also has great admiration for the role the Games have played in empowering those who have been injured while serving. Melania's love and respect for America's military has been no secret, even though liberals refuse to see that. At an event last week marking the 70th anniversary of the U.S. Air Force, the First Lady thanked the many members of the military who assisted thousands of people in Texas, Louisiana, Florida and the Caribbean whose lives were upended by recent hurricanes, the Houston Chronicle continued. A native of Slovenia who became a U.S. citizen in 2006, Mrs. Trump also thanked service members' families. You endure time apart, are expected to move when new orders come in, and face the uncertainty that can come in times of need, she said at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, before introducing President Donald Trump. This kind of lifestyle requires its own kind of courage and your sacrifices do not go unnoticed or unappreciated. Prince Harry at a past Invictus Games. Although an immigrant, Melania has more love and respect for those who serve this country and defend our freedom than most liberals do, and certainly more than her predecessor Michelle Obama did. Melania has made an effort to always show her appreciation for service members no matter where she's at and what she's doing. Even when she was overseas the first time, she didn't forget about the awesome Army men who she publicly thanked on Twitter going into Memorial Day weekend. She did this again on Independence Day this year by dedicating her speech to these heroes at the White House party. She even went out of her way to visit a badly wounded warrior in recovery at Walter Reed. Just as they have before, the liberals will likely go on the attack again at her involvement in this incredible cause. With her past public praise of our military and now in response to Trump's transgender ban, the left has brought their tired argument about Trump allegedly being a draft dodger to the surface once again as ammo. They can't grasp that not serving in the military is not dodging it, otherwise, the majority of his haters would probably also be draft dodgers. What's truly remarkable is that Melania is an immigrant and has more respect for our armed forces and genuine love for our country than ungrateful degenerates who were born here and seem to hate it. Our First Lady is proof that immigrants who come to America the right way are proud citizens who have a deep appreciation for what makes America great, and that starts with our military.